Action folded around to Tobias Reinkemeier at the featured table. He raises from the cutoff to 20,000 with pocket queens. Jack 9 suited for Jonathan Duhamel in the small blind.
Usually if you're going to play hands like this out of position, you want to do it with the betting lead.
He 3-bets to 62,000, gets rid of Seidel in the big blind, so we're back on Reinkemeier.
Tobias could easily put in another bet here.
He doesn't, he elects to call.
It's a trap!
Heads up to the flop, 141,000 in the middle. A jack high flop.
Jonathan makes top pair. Oh man, Jonathan is in real trouble here. The Death Star is fully operational.
He continues for 63,000.
Tobias obviously not going anywhere.
He calls.
You might wonder why he just called. These guys are super deep, and if you get raised in this flop, you probably puke up the $75 club sandwich you just had for lunch.
6 of spades on the turn. Some straight draws and flush draws just came in.
Jonathan slows down. His hand and draw's not as good anymore.
He checks, and Reinkemeier now bets 160,000.
Unfortunately for Jonathan, he's still got to like his hand most of the time, especially given the action so far.
Duhamel makes the call. We're off to the river with nearly 600,000 in the middle.
You think Phil wants him to speed things along?
That river card sees Duhamel take the lead. He rivers a straight.
Did I say Jonathan was in trouble? I meant to say he's winning. If he wants any value, he's got to try to bet here. Plenty of hands Tobias would just check back.
Duhamel counting out a bet of 187,000.
I don't think Jonathan's doing this very often as a bluff, and my guess is that Tobias probably knows this too. At this point, his hand is pretty much pants. If he's reaching for chips, raising here would be a really sick play, and make no mistake, it would not be with the assumption that his overpair is the best hand.
Those red chips are worth 25,000 each. The blues are worth 5,000. Reinkemeier raises to 500k.
Most players wouldn't even consider raising as an option here, but Tobias is repping a flush, which is a huge part of his range with the line he's taken on this hand. When you call with a straight here and lose to a flush, you feel like a complete dodo head. Looks like Jonathan doesn't buy it.
Well, he's certainly got to think about it. These are two of the biggest stacks in the tournament. Duhamel gives it up. Reinkemeier turned his queens into a bluff, and that bluff worked.
Really sick play by Reinkemeier. Sick fold by Jonathan, too. Would have been slightly better if he was right.
Reinkemeier up to nearly 1.5 million. He's taken the tournament chip lead. Is he the man to beat? Tweet your thoughts. Use the hashtag EPT Grand Final.